Meghan Markle's life under the public lens has been tumultuous, characterized by waves of admiration and criticism that intensified when she joined the British royal family. From her wedding to Prince Harry to their eventual step back from royal duties, every chapter has been dissected by the media and public alike. Recently, however, a startling revelation has emerged that could deepen the intrigue surrounding her story. Claims that Meghan may have a secret daughter. These allegations, raised by Joe's parents, former close friends of Meghan, have sent shockwaves across media platforms, painting a portrait of a complex, even Machiavellian figure who may have used this hidden part of her life as a tool for leverage. Joe's parents allege that Meghan weaponized knowledge of this child in private conversations, using it as an emotional bargaining chip to secure media sympathy and control narratives during periods of intense public pressure. Such tactics, they imply, were not only strategic but bordered on blackmail, threatening to reveal or withhold this sensitive information based on shifting alliances and circumstances. This raises significant questions about how public figures, especially those under unrelenting scrutiny, navigate the intersection of their private lives and public images. The most cited example comes from a tense dinner where Meghan reportedly alluded to the child in a manner that suggested her existence was integral to her public portrayal. Those present described the atmosphere as heavy with unspoken tension, the implications of which were understood but left hanging in the air. It was an unsettling moment that highlighted the fine line between personal revelation and public manipulation. If true, this incident would suggest that Meghan's well-documented struggles with the press and public perception included moments where private, intimate details were selectively wielded to protect or enhance her position. The ethical implications of these claims are profound. Using a child, hidden or otherwise, as a pawn to sway media coverage or silence critics raises concerns about the limits of personal leverage in the celebrity world. It underscores the idea that the stakes of fame, particularly for those who have broken free of traditional roles to redefine their public personas, are sometimes played out in deeply personal arenas. The suggestion that Meghan may have resorted to such tactics adds a layer of discomfort for those who support her, as it would mean reconciling her outspoken advocacy for mental health, empathy, and family values with alleged behind-the-scenes calculations. Media reactions have been predictably polarized. Outlets known for supporting Meghan have defended her silence, framing it as a necessary response to protect her family's integrity amid a relentless storm of allegations and gossip. Her defenders argue that these claims are not only unfounded, but are part of a broader narrative aimed at undermining her credibility and character. They view the allegations as yet another attempt to depict Meghan in an unflattering light, fitting into a long history of media campaigns that question her sincerity and motivations. Critics, however, see this silence not as a shield, but as tacit evidence of manipulation. They argue that if Meghan were innocent of using a child as a media tool, she would refute such claims more robustly. This interpretation aligns with a broader skepticism about her and Harry's public strategies, especially since their break from royal duties. Detractors often point to their carefully managed public appearances, interviews, and documentaries as proof of a calculated approach that leverages their struggles for public sympathy and financial gain. The impact on Meghan's relationship with Prince Harry and their roles within the broader royal context is another dimension to consider. The allegations, if they gain more traction or credibility, could strain their marriage, as such revelations would inevitably draw Harry further into the spotlight he famously resented. Public scrutiny would not only focus on Meghan's actions, but also on Harry's knowledge and complicity. Was he aware of the alleged use of this child as leverage? If so, how did he reconcile it with his own experiences of protecting loved ones from the invasive gaze of the media? The scenario paints a challenging picture for a couple that has publicly championed truth and transparency in the face of royal protocol. Supporters argue that Meghan and Harry's silence and selective engagement with media are indicative of a couple trying to manage their lives on their terms. Yet, in the high-stakes arena of public opinion, silence is rarely neutral. The decision not to address such specific claims can be seen as protective or, conversely, evasive. This dichotomy fuels debates that extend beyond Meghan and Harry, touching on broader questions of privacy, power, and how celebrities curate their narratives in the age of omnipresent media. The media frenzy surrounding these new allegations has reignited fierce discussions about the nature of fame and the ethical boundaries celebrities might cross to maintain control over their image. For some, Meghan's alleged tactics represent an understandable, if morally gray, response to unprecedented pressures. For others, they highlight a more cynical side of public life, where private lives and innocent figures, such as children, become part of a complex strategy to evoke empathy and maintain influence. Meghan's supporters remain adamant that these accusations are another baseless attempt to discredit her. They emphasize her commitment to advocating for mental health and social causes as evidence of her integrity. This camp often references her background and experiences as an outsider trying to integrate into the rigid traditions of British royalty, framing her actions as misunderstood efforts to survive an unrelenting system. However, the shadow these allegations cast is significant. Even in the absence of substantiated evidence, the mere suggestion of such behavior complicates Meghan's public image. To many, she is a figure of empowerment who faced and challenged the status quo. To others, she embodies the sharp edges of modern celebrity culture, where narratives are fiercely guarded and truths can be flexible. As this story continues to develop, with media outlets and public figures weighing in, the stakes remain high for Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The unresolved nature of the claims feeds a cycle of speculation, allowing the story to remain part of public discourse. For those who view Meghan as an icon of resilience and grace, the hope is that these rumors will eventually dissipate. For her detractors, however, this episode serves as more evidence in a case they believe has long been building, that Meghan's image is as constructed as it is compelling.